have decided I can live without this little pastel, and so I'm going to put some black gesso over it. Just going to go right over the pastel with this black gesso. It's getting a little thick. I don't use it too often, but I do like to use it with acrylic painting and with pastels. And so one of the things I thought is that I could live without this one. So I thought I would make a black ground. And just get rid of this. So then I'll have a black piece of paper to work on with pastel. And I won't have wasted it and thrown it out. A little bit more. Sometimes I take this black gesso and I just start painting. I like a value underpainting, but this time I decided I just go over the whole thing. And it's different than Liquitex clear gesso, but it still does have a kind of a grit to it. It makes a good surface for pastel. So now I'm going to dry that, then I'm going to put some pastel on it. Well, I have a pastel that I was working on this morning, and it's up on my board, and it doesn't have any outlines or anything. It is just marks, and so I think I'm going to use some of the same colors, and I am going to just kind of make a little abstract with this and see how it feels. I'll use some dark colors first. Well, it's really kind of picking up that it's a really dark blue. Oh, that's kind of nice. You know, sometimes the colored backgrounds can make all the difference. And I do think I'm going to start some acrylic painting soon with a colored background. So I'm looking for really dark pastels right now that I can apply on this. And then I'll put some lighter ones on top. Oh, here's a black one, actually. I don't want to use too much of that, so I won't. Again, I really like the texture of the brush strokes that it created. It's really kind of nice. And this, I like that color a lot. That and the dark blue that I was using. But it's a Giro, and I don't want to use it too much on this experiment. So I'm going to look for some less pricey. They're all pricey. That's a brown. But I like this purple on there, so I think I'm going to go with that. Now here is Boy, those purples just really show up. Now that is the Ludwig I just happen to have up here. Put a little of that down. That's kind of fun. I like that. You know, sometimes it's all about the feel of the pastel and how does it feel when you put it down. I have a lot of purples out because I've been using those in this other pastel, and some reds. So I'm just going to use the same pastels but make more of an abstract here. I'm looking at some of the lines I made. I just think it's fun to put pastel on paper and see what happens. Ooh, oh, this red over the black is great. Oh, I like that. That dark red. You know, sometimes I just don't make anything, but when I do things like this, it gives me some ideas for other things that I might think about in the future. So I've always done a lot of this just messing around, because when I do it, then it gets me thinking, oh, maybe I could use this in some other way, something else I've been thinking about. I love the look of that red over the black right there. That really appeals to me. And those bold, intense colors over this black gesso is just really nice. It's been quite a while since I've done an experiment with the black gesso. So that's one of the reasons why I thought I would film this, because I haven't done it for a while, and I do kind of like it. What other color could I use? This is blue. Maybe some kind of a really dark turquoise might be nice. Here's a really dark. So it looks really like I'm just kind of playing around with colors with this, and I am. The red, I'm putting more red down. I love that. Love that. That is great stuff. Hmm. Hmm. Thinking to myself, wondering how I could do that, use that. What other color do I want over here? Maybe a different red. All righty, let's see here. You know, there are people that do like to paint on a black background. And I like to start with that. I've seen some people on Pastel Society of America that use a black background. They buy black UR paper, but you could also make your own surface and do it in a different way. Just like this. I mean, what a great effect that has. That is kind of wild, I think. And you pick a dark color and think, wow, that's a really dark color, and then you put it down and like this is a really dark color, but when you put it down and then with that black underneath of it, it really creates kind of a really cool sparkle. You might think, well, I really liked what was down there before she covered it up. But it's an experiment, and it was fun. And it's fun to kind of go over these and just see, what does it do? How could I use this in another way? Would I paint the whole paper black the next time, or would I just do a part of it? Would I make a thin layer of it and then you know, there are all sorts of things. How can you use it? How can you go about doing it in a different way? But it really has some great, great texture. I hope you can see that. I like that, the texture that it creates. I know this is a short, simple video for today. I'll do a longer one over the weekend and send that off to you.